Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Road to Ripped. This is episode number 3, and I think this is podcast number 14, I think. Little PSA, little announcement. My voice sounds really stuffed up right now. That's because my sinuses are killing me. Beginning of every season change, my sinuses go ballistic. I have seasonal allergies, and I'm going to sound like this. Anyway, so first exercise of this new mini Spartan workout is bench press, and I'm doing 70 pounds. I don't know if you guys remember in one of the last Road to Ripped videos, I talked about doing the Spartan workout, and this workout is my first, either first or second workout of the watered down mini version of the Spartan workout. So I'm not doing all of their exact exercises, and I'm not doing as heavy weight. I'm not doing as many reps. I'm just trying to do similar exercises that work similar muscles, and then over the course of a month, a couple weeks, I'll add weight, I'll add reps, I'll add exercises until hopefully in a couple months, maybe near winter, I'll be close to doing the full workout. Even that's a tall order. So I did 20, I think I did 22 reps of that bench press with the 70 pounds. As you can see, my apartment's a little cluttered. Got a flex on them though. Pugsley's in the corner. My e-bike's there. Shout out my e-bike. It's a great bike. If you live in the Northwest Ohio area and you're interested in getting an electronic bike, check out CycleWorks in Bowling Green on Main Street. Got my bike from them, and they were wonderful, helpful, respectful people. Great bike. I have no complaints. Absolutely wonderful people. Great bike. Check it out. Check it out if you're interested. And when you see me walk to the wall, I have taped up paper to the wall, so that's how I'm tracking my workout. And now I'm about to do leg raises. I'm like, am I recording? Yeah, you're recording. Oh, my tummy. Oh, no, my tummy. Oh. Leg raises. We don't like them, but we got to do them because got to engage that core. And I was talking with my buddy who I am teaching how to play golf, and he wants to gain like 20 to 30 pounds in the winter and become a maniac and start hitting bombs off the tee. And he told me, oh, my tummy. He told me that if I start working out and getting stronger, he thinks I could hit bombs off the tee even more than I already do. Because that's what he said. His words, not mine. His words. And so I was like, oh, my tummy. I was like, okay. So part of the reason why I'm doing the Spartan workout is I want to get more muscle and hit bombs off the tee. Because some golf trivia is that golf trivia is I hit my driver about, on average, I'd say 280 yards, and I can hit it as far as 300 yards, which is a pretty far drive. But I might hit a 300-yard drive 1 out of 10 drives. But pros, they average like 305 yards a drive, which means like every drive they hit at least goes 305 yards. Maybe it might be that average might be 310. I don't remember exactly, but my buddy was telling me he thinks I could get my average drive distance up to like 290, 300 if I were to really, really work on those muscles. And I'm like, okay. So it's part of why I'm working out. I want to hit the ball longer. There's a driving range that we go to that I do golf lessons at. I also hit balls that at the end of it, where you're hitting balls towards, there's a row of corn. And that cornfield is probably 330, 320 yards away from where you tee off. So I have never hit into the corn while hitting balls at that driving range, but that's a little motivator for me. Is like I would love to work out for like 4 or 5 months, get stronger, and be able to hit balls into that cornfield. The people working there may not like that, but I'd be happy if I know I can. I mean, I'm not gonna go out of my way to like hit an entire bucket of balls into the corn. Like that'd be disrespectful. Next exercise is single arm clean and press. So this is an exercise that the actors did for 300. I'm using just a normal weight there. That's 28 pounds. Now the actors for 300, they used kettlebells. Kettlebells are great. Now they didn't use 28-pound kettlebells. I think they used like 40-pound kettlebells. It's something like that. Like they used a heavy kettlebell. Heavy kettlebell. They're doing the motion I'm doing. Now I believe if I can looking at the paper I wrote down my exercises on, each arm I did 12 reps. Now the guys for 300, they're doing like 40-pound kettlebells. They're doing like 40 to 50 reps. That's insane. Like if I can get to a point where I'm doing their workout and I can do it, like I'll be at a point where I'm strong enough to hit those crazy driver bombs, 300-yard plus bombs off the tee. But yeah, so that's the hope. That's the plan moving forward. As you can see, I still got a little chubbiness around my tummy. I still have stomach fat to lose. You know, I still have fat to lose. These last 4 months, I've lost 35 pounds, so that's great. You know, I went from 285, my heaviest, to 250 in about 4 months, and that's great. That's really great. I mean, it is. But last year I worked out and I did stuff. I did cardio. I did weights, and in about the same amount of time, I lost about the same amount of weight, maybe a little less. But I did it later in the year, maybe like a month further in the year than I am now. And the thing was, last year I got to 250, and then I kind of stopped trying. Like I didn't work as hard actually at exercising, at doing cardio, at eating right. Last year, once I got to 250, I think I got to 250 last year around like end of September, beginning of October, and I just kind of let myself go. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas came up, and I let myself kind of eat whatever, do whatever. I started going to Planet Fitness less, started exercising less. It was in the winter. I didn't feel motivated to do anything. I didn't really have any accountability set up to help myself. You know, I gained a lot of that weight back, and that's kind of unfortunately a habit, a cycle that I have had in the past. I mean, multiple times. I mean, because when I think about like just being fit in general in my life, like there are like two, like aside from last year, there are two other times in my life I've been really physically fit, but I always yo-yo. I always get unhealthy. I always gain the weight back. Sophomore year of college, that would have been 2012, 2013. I believe it was 20. I believe that was fall of 2012. Because I remember later on that year running around in the snow. That year I did a few things that year. So I had my roommate, like, he was wanting to be a personal trainer, fitness trainer. He trained me for like 5 weeks, and then I like stopped. I like told him I was done because I was just like too hard, and he was bummed out about that. But we were roommates, so I think he accepted it to like preserve our relationship as roommates, and I think he was just being nice. Then later on that year, I got to a point where I was doing 100 push-ups every day. My triceps were huge. And then also that year, I did a watered down version of the 300 workout. And that's where I first started doing it, at least the watered down version. But that was sophomore year. That was 2012, 2013. Junior year, I kind of gained a lot of that weight back. Senior year, flexing the calves. Oh yeah, flexing those calves, baby. Look at those calves. Woo, woo, woo. Real quick, I'm about to do a Russian ab twists. People call them different things. You're just twisting side to side and engaging those ab muscles on the left or right side. I have like a small weight on a handle that I'm using to help me turn. And these suck. I do not like doing these, but you got to do them. Also, look at the tan line on my feet. Like, oh my goodness, that is insane. That's insane. Doing a little stretching out. Yeah. It's bad. It's bad, man. It's bad. But anyway, so going into my senior year of college, I think I mentioned this before, but ran outside a lot. 12 weeks, ran outside. It got to a point I was running 20 miles outside every week. Got down to 200 pounds. I was very fit. Ladies would flirt with me, and I didn't know they were flirting because I was an idiot. Well, more of an idiot. So, and then last year, senior year, sophomore year, those are like the times that I've been physically fit. But the issue is the whole problem is that I yo-yo. So I go back and forth, lose the weight, gain the weight, lose the weight, gain the weight. I'm fit, I'm not fit. I'm active, I'm not active. And that's really not good at all, because that puts an enormous amount of stress on your body, on your heart, on your blood pressure, on your mind, on your circadian rhythm. I mean, it's just not a healthy lifestyle. I can't keep doing this for the rest of my life, because eventually it's gonna catch up to me in one way or another. Come January, I'll be 30, and so I think part of what's helped me mentally lose weight this time around, this go around, is I want to avoid. Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, 35 pounds. 35 pounds. Yeah, look at that. 35 pounds. I want to avoid yo-yoing this time around. I want to avoid, going back and forth. I want to avoid all that stuff, because I keep doing it, and it's not good. You know, it's just it's just not good. I just keep doing it, and we're trying to avoid that. And so I told myself that this year, this winter, I'm gonna start pushing myself mentally and emotionally, not just physically, because I've pushed myself physically. I've pushed myself physically. There was even a time. Was it last year? No, there was another time. When was it? It might have been last year, but one of the first times I went to Planet Fitness, I was super out of shape. I like, and I don't know if it had to have been last year. Sorry. Anyway, but it may have been a different time. Anyway, one of the times when I was super out of weight, when I would go to Planet Fitness, I was like 280, 285. I was a big boy. I would go to Planet Fitness at 4 in the morning. I would go at 3 in the morning. I would go at 2 in the morning, because I didn't want anyone to see me. I didn't want to be embarrassed. I didn't want people to see the big, fat Asian guy, big, fat Islander guy up out at Planet Fitness, blubbering, sweating around, making a fool of himself. And so, like, when I go to Planet Fitness now, like, I feel confident. I feel competent. I feel like I know what I'm doing. And I'm not, even though I still want to lose some weight, I don't feel as dumb. Oh, also, real quick, this exercise I've been doing is called Jersey Press, which I think I did before in one of the other Road to Rips, but this is the type of weight you're supposed to use for Jersey Press, some sort of plate, just because of that grip and the way the weight is dispensed. It works a little better for your muscles, I think, versus using a normal weight. But ideally, you want to get up to a point where you're using a 45 plate for a Jersey Press. And in the past, when I was in shape, I could do a 45 plate Jersey Press for reps pretty easily. And that was one of the exercises I did when I was doing a watered down Spartan before. Anyway, what was I talking about? In shape, out of shape. Oh, going to Planet Fitness. Yeah, so like now I go, and now I feel confident, and now I feel like I can go there and be not dumb. But what's crazy is that, like, most gyms, if they're like respectable at all, like they don't, nobody at a gym should care how you look. Nobody at a gym should care where you are on your fitness journey, because all those people that are in those gyms that look good and are super fit and super athletic and have the abs and have the muscles, like, all of those people started, all those people had a day one, all those people had a week one, all those people had a month one. And all those people started at places where like where you started, if you're starting your exercise lifestyle. Like for me, like in my exercise lifestyle, like, yeah, like I was embarrassed and I would only go to Planet Fitness at 4 a.m. But all the ripped people, all the super in shape people, like they had days when they started too, and that's totally all right. You have to remember, like, some people, like, that's their way of life. Like, some people have been working out and going to gyms for like over 10 years. That's just what they do. That's just who they are. They're gonna be ahead of you, and that's okay. So I believe this next exercise I'm getting ready to do is just body weight squats, which these suck. I don't like these either. But when I do these body weight squats, um, I'm counting them with my fingers as I'm coming up, before I go down. I will say my form probably isn't great. I think my shoulders, I think my shoulders and my head need to be a little bit further back. I'm getting down deep enough. I just need to, I think, bring my shoulders and my head back, because I think some of these I lean a little too far forward, which I don't know if I mentioned on the podcast, but like 3 weeks ago now, I like tweaked my back. Um, I'm pretty sure I tweaked my back, and it was from moving something by like doing a deadlift motion, but my back was bent over forward, not like upright, and I like whipped and I went too fast. And I think that's what tweaked my back. Like, I didn't have the correct posture, and it wasn't a slow, controlled motion. And so the squats, these bodyweight squats, I don't like doing them, but I know because I tweaked my back, like, I need to practice this, just because, like, in my day to day life, like, I don't know all the different random stuff I'll be doing, but being able to do stuff and like not throw my back out, like, that's something that, you know, I want to be able to do. I want to be able to not throw my back out. Um, and I mean, that's really how this started for me, in terms of not just like wanting to hit the ball farther at the golf course, but just in general for me. My main thing about working out uh, has been, I just want to be able to do my day to day life things like easier and better and be more proficient at them. And that's my aim. That's what I want to do. Sorry, I'm clearing my sinuses, and I'm sure you guys don't want to hear that. So if I go silent for like 20 seconds, that's just me clearing my sinuses, and I'm trying to be polite. Anywho, yeah, like, even now, with having lost 35 pounds in the last 4 months, like, I definitely see and feel things that were hard for me to do before, that now it's easier for me to do. And I see that a lot at work, when I'm doing stuff at work. Like, there are a few different things at work. Like before, oh yeah, wipe that sweat off, man. Wipe that sweat off. Getting all sweaty. Wipe that sweat off, my man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Getting super sweaty. Yeah, there were a few things at work, even in my workplace, that were hard to do before, and they're a little bit easier now. Like there were times when I would have to kneel down on the ground to do some things, just because I couldn't stand and bend over for long periods of time. But now, like, I can stand and bend over for long periods of time, and I feel like I can do that comfortably. Like pulling weeds out of the ground, stuff like that. You know, I mean, at 285, when I would go to tie my shoes, I would get winded. Real quick, this is me doing a crazy exercise that I'm adding to this routine that the actors from 300 did not do. I'm taking an Intact Swing Trainer golf club, 8 iron. And I can't. It's hard for you to be able to read that, but it says 8 pounds. This club weighs 8 pounds, and for reference, most golf clubs weigh less than a pound. Yeah, that weighs 8 pounds, and for reference, most golf clubs don't even weigh a pound. Like, probably your heaviest golf club would be your putter. I don't know that. Yeah, 8. Probably your heaviest club will be your putter, and that's if you have a mallet head. That might be like, I don't know, a pound or 2. But this is an 8-pound swing trainer club. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to practice my golf swing with this swing trainer. And just practice it. Practice the swing, baby. I mean, yeah, I played golf for 14 years. I started in 2008. I mean, there are a few times I played before then with my dad on vacation and stuff like that when I was younger, but I didn't play competitively on any sort of coordinated team thing until 2008, which is when I did tryouts for my high school JV team, and I got on and I played JV my junior year, JV my sophomore year, and varsity my senior year. I feel like I've talked about this on the podcast. I may not have, but ever since then, I've really loved playing golf and going out to the golf course, play with my dad, my pops, every now and then. When we go on vacation with the family, if we can find a nice golf course, we go out and play. It's part of why I became a certified golf instructor, because I enjoy golf. Yeah, and yeah. So it's a good time. Golf is a very interesting sport. I mean, I've been talking with my buddy Ethan about this because I've been showing him how to play. There are so many tiers of golf in terms of skill, but the better. I mean, this makes sense, but the better you get at golf, the more enjoyable it is. And that's very logical, but like, for reference, like an average a quote unquote perfect score on an 18-hole course for most courses is 72 strokes. So you hit the ball 72 times. Now, for reference, my handicap, what I shoot on average at a 72 hole par 18 hole golf course, I would my average would be anywhere from 82 to 83 to 84. If I'm having a good day, maybe 78, 79, 80. If I'm having a bad day, 85, 86, 87. But in high school, on my senior year, I was shooting on average 80, 81, 82, which that's pretty good. It's a pretty good place to be at. I would say that me being at that place now, that's like if there are like I would say five upward steps of skill, 5 tier steps of skill in golf. I would say I'm on the middle step, the third step. I'd say the bottom step is beginner. You don't know what your clubs do. You don't know what the ball does. You're learning how to swing. You're learning how to hit the ball. That's beginner. That's the first rung. That's the first step. Second step is, so the people on the bottom rung, they shoot like for 18 hole course for par 72 strokes. Beginners typically shoot around 100, around typically 100 or more. Those are beginners. Now the second tier is the um, I would define them as amateurs, average amateurs, amateur average, and those are the people that shoot 90 at a 72 par 18 hole course. And most people refer to people who shoot 90 at a 72 hole course bogey golfers. You might say, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? That means if you shoot 90 at a 72 par 18 hole course, that means that means you could have shot bogey on every single hole, which is one stroke worse than par on every hole. Now, on some places that's good, and some places that's bad. Like at your local golf course, you pay 25, $30 to play, whatever it is. Shooting 90 at your local golf course, that's, if you don't play that much, like that's okay. That's not bad. But if you somehow go to a very nice private country club or a course where like the PGA plays, and you shoot a 90 at a monster course, like that's great. Like I said, I normally shoot 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, low 80s. But if I were to go to a really hard course, a monster course, and shoot 90, especially if I haven't played it before, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. And so there's some context there. And now, so that's the second tier, 90. Amateur, average amateur. And I have finished the workout. Yay! I have finished the workout. Let's go, John. Let's go. Let's go, John. Let's go. And so that brings us to the third tier, the third step, which is the one I'm at, which is the people who shoot 80 or low 80s. That is the middle tier. That is the middle step. Now you might say, well, it's the middle step. They're average. No, The middle step means, the third tier means you are considered a good player. You're a good player. If you average on a 18-hole course 72 par, if you average low 80s, you're a good player. What that probably means is you probably played in high school, you probably played in college, maybe a little bit in college, maybe not, but you probably played in high school. In any case, you probably have about 5 to 6 years of actual serious practice experience under your belt around that time, and you know how to hit the ball, you know your swing, you know what your clubs do, you know what the ball does. And for the people at the third tier, the third level, it's a lot. Their struggle is mental. Their struggle is their mental game. Can they control their emotions? Can they make strategic decisions? Can they make smart decisions? That's where the people on the third tier, the third level, really struggle. And that's how they get better. Now, obviously, the second to best tier, the fourth tier, second to final, fourth tier, the tier above me, those are people that shoot low 70s, that shoot scratch golf. Those are the people that go to an 18-hole golf course, par 72, and they shoot 72. These are the guys that played for these are the people that played for 4 years in high school, 4 years in college, and they have 10 plus years of serious golf practice. And they can, if they wanted to, they could try to go pro. If they wanted to. If not, they definitely could run a driving range. They definitely could work at a golf course as a pro. If they wanted to do that, they could definitely be a golf instructor, etc., etc. These are the guys that at a golf course you go to, and they're the guys that are winning the outings. They're the guys that are winning the scrambles. They're the guys that are the club champions. You take one look at their swing, you're like, wow, I wish I could hit the ball like him. Wow, I wish I could do what he does. Typically, every golf course has a few of those guys. And that's great. And obviously, the last tier, the final frontier, the top bracket, the top dogs are the pros. And that's the pros. We'll never be like them. Oh, well. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys on another Road to Ripped as I eat this protein. Bye-bye.